Hi guys, I'm Anime Mixer1, AM1 for short. You know, the guy who wanted to start doing anime videos but has instead done a lot of Let's Play videos lately. Okay, just long story short, I had a lot of ideas of what I wanted to do, but I suddenly realized that actually would include me taking YouTube seriously as a job, and I can't do that because I have no following, I have no intention of going into it. The site itself seems to be catered towards those who have already made it big or that already have big careers outside of YouTube and bring them into YouTube. And so me going in and trying to make it big in YouTube from scratch and all that, that's not gonna happen. And so I just figured I won't bother unless I'm really motivated to make a certain kind of video. I'll make a larger video update on that later on, but the reason for all the Let's Plays has just been to keep myself busy because I haven't had a job for a while, but now I have a job, so updates will be less sporadic. Like I said, a video on that later. One type of video I do want to keep making though is telling people what I've been watching, and this one is going to be short because I watched basically nothing. Well, technically I did watch a lot, but I did watch quite a few series that I needed to catch up on, you know, some classics, some older series that I wanted to watch and all that stuff. One of them in particular I'm gonna be talking about it. Anyway, let's get into this and just first of all talk about the one that everybody seemed to be wanting to be disappointed with almost, One Punch Man Season 2. And when I say wanting to be disappointed, I think people just wanted to be disappointed. It was a new studio, and the animation wasn't quite up to what people wanted or was expecting from the first season, and so people loved to hate on the second season. And people are going like, yeah, One Punch Man Season 1 is good, and then what about Season 2? No. But while not as spectacular as Season 1, I just appreciated that it took a different route. We know that Saitama can kill anything with one punch. We know that. It's his shtick. He shows up at the last minute to beat up some enemy that nobody else has managed to defeat, just right at the end. It's what he does, and while we love the spectacular punches we got to see in Season 1, just that demonstrated his powers, now we get more of a view into other characters and more character building and more plot building, and the singular punch of Saitama gets to be just a bit of a joke really, and just a bit of fun for us to go, yeah, one punch. And while the fight scenes in general weren't as spectacular as before, I think the last two episodes really hit it off well. It was a good, nice, fun fight scene. And as a whole, I think the whole season has built up towards what will come in what will inevitably be a Season 3, because they can't end it there. That would just be a douchebag move. They have to make a Season 3 now. And it's been building up, and I think that it's gonna be worth the build up. I've never read the source material in any way, not the manga, not the webcomic, but I'm excited for it, and I think, like, the main thing I want to say about One Punch Man Season 2 is, if we got to see Season 1 animated like that before, like, if Season 1 didn't exist, and it was created with that level of animation back then, would you have complained? I think not. I think you would still have found it to be a great show. Maybe not as spectacular, but nobody would have thought it was bad. But now we got Season 2, and because it's a much more story heavy, not really focused on the action scenes all the time, people seem to be wanting to hate it. So let me just tell you that it's not bad, it's just that people are comparing it to Season 1, and Season 1 was more awesome, more spectacular, therefore they think Season 2 is bad. I think Season 2 is definitely a decent series to watch, and as long as a Season 3 is also coming, it's very much worth watching. The anime that got the completely different kind of treatment was Attack on Titan. Although by now, this is a bit of a spoiler, but it shouldn't be called Attack on Titan. I've long been wondering about this because the Japanese title is Shingeki no Kyojin, and I've always thought that means, doesn't that mean like attacking Titan? Like not attacked on Titan, but like attacking Titan, or the attacking Titan, or the assault Titan, or like something like that. And I would always go, I don't speak Japanese fluently, but I have some understanding of how the language is built just based on watching a lot of anime, and I always wondered about the title, and now it turns out Attack on Titan is a completely misleading English title. Shingeki no Kyojin means something else, and it is revealed in the final episode. I won't spoil it outright, but just know that the proper English title should be The Attack Titan. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, that, and it's a spectacularly good season of Shingeki no Kyojin. It is so good. We get amazing fights, amazing revelation, and just some plot points that are just wow, and the way it ended itself, and now it's been shown that there will be a final season fall of next year. So in like a year and a quarter, we will get to see the end of Attack on Titan, or as I've stated now, it should be called The Attack Titan, but no matter what it's called, we get to see the end of it, and I am excited if it can end on an equal high note as this season. Oh boy! I want to watch it now! Just now, I want more now! Oh, and just if you're wondering, there's no cliffhanger at the end, just FYI, so that you don't go, oh, but should I watch it? Because then I'll be wanting to watch more too. No, it's a very good narrative endpoint, and honestly, if they wanted to, they could have done it a little bit differently, and it could have just been the end of the whole story. But it's not that. There will be one more season, and you can watch throughout this season and just get to that narrative endpoint at the end of the season, and just look forward to what is to come. Now you can just sit back and wonder with all the answers, all the revelations that have come, but what now? What the fudge happens now? So in terms of just spectacular awesomeness, that was probably my favorite anime from this season. But I didn't watch a lot, so there's that. I didn't even watch Kimetsu no Yaiba, aka Demon Slayer, because I didn't find it interesting, nor did I feel like I had time for that. Or Fruits Basket, the new version, because I haven't watched the old one, which I do intend to watch. I know it's blasphemy not to have watched it during all this time. I've actually been recommended it several times. I've just never felt like I wanted to that much. I hear it's a spectacularly good show, but I want to watch the original first, and then the new one. So those are the two main ones that I didn't watch that I wanted to watch. But just the final one that I did watch, Isekai Quartet. And Isekai Quartet is an interesting one, because it does include 4 shows crossing over, and those are Konosuba, ReZero, Yojo Senki, and to me, most importantly, Overlord. Now, why do I say most importantly Overlord? Well, because going into this series, it was the one anime out of all of those 4 that I had not watched. It is a crossover of 4 Isekai anime, and I hadn't watched that singular one. So before going into Isekai Quartet, I caught up on all of Overlord. I watched all the 3 seasons, and I did like it. I liked it a lot. And it very much increased my enjoyment of Isekai Quartet, because if I had gone in not knowing anything about the characters, the humor would have just fallen flat in many cases. But knowing everything about, like, not knowing everything about the characters, but knowing the characters, knowing all the shows, having watched all the shows, recognizing them, knowing them in general, made me enjoy it. And I would highly suggest that you also watch the shows that it's associated with before watching Isekai Quartet, because it has some spoilers. Not necessarily like heavy spoilers, but just spoilers in general, like little bits and pieces, which might just ruin your experience if you're wanting to watch those shows later. Now, if you're not intending to watch those shows in particular later, then by all means watch and just try to pick up on it, but I think you'll enjoy it most having watched all 4 series. As for Overlord, I do want to say that I did like it as a whole. First season was the best, and the second season was quite good, but then the third season, like, while spectacular and having some of the best moments of the series as a whole, it just took a direction where I just thought, hang on a minute, I don't really like where this is going. I don't like this anymore. Why do I have to, why do I have to sit back and watch this happen? It's difficult to explain without spoiling everything, so I can just sit here and be vague and look dumb like I always do, but the point is, I didn't like the direction season 3 is gone. I have no idea about the source material, so I don't know what happens later. If there's a season 4, maybe it will rectify some of the things that I don't like about it, but I just don't see where it's going to go. And would I recommend watching Overlord? Probably, yeah, but the cliffhanger ending, like, it's not really much of a cliffhanger as such in the 3rd season, but I do want more, because I need to see what happens afterwards, because otherwise it's just really unsatisfying and kind of disturbing in a way, narratively speaking. The show itself isn't very disturbing as such, but it's still kind of just narratively, I have my problems. But yeah, long story short, I watched One Punch Man, Shingeki no Kyojin, and Isekai Quartet this season, and I watched Overlord in order to watch Isekai Quartet. That was it. Like, other than some long-running anime that I'm watching, like Fairy Tail Boruto and Yu-Gi-Oh!, that's all. Next season seems to be more interesting because, among other things, there's the Fire Force anime, which I read the manga to back in the start. I think I read like 30-some-odd chapters before somehow stopping. I mean, the manga was very good. I liked it. I've watched the first episode as of recording this, and it's, I don't know, maybe it's just not doing as well in an animated form, because that's something I've noticed, like, between the few times when I actually read a manga and get to see the adaptation. It's somehow things change, and I think it has to do with that anime looked flat, so that the epic moments where you just, in the manga, you get to see a very clear, detailed, and action-packed image. That's the moment. But in animation form, it doesn't really get the same oomph, because everything has to be more flat, because you can't have super detail in every single frame. And I don't know, it's just that would be an interesting video topic to do a video on, but like I said, I'm not doing this full time, so I don't know if I have the time or the energy to go into like that. And you tell one of your favorite YouTubers to make a video on that topic and leave me alone. And of personal interest to me is Vinland Saga. Now this one, I know the manga is popular, I've never read it, but I've been intending to, but now that the anime is out, I'm just gonna watch that. And the main reason I'm interested is because I'm Norwegian. I'm a Viking. I want to watch this. But more than anything, I know that I'm gonna be sitting there and be a cringe monster, as all the Norwegian or Scandinavian-ish names are going to be butchered to hell and back. Also, because I'm Norwegian, I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of references that we get, like, in the history classes in school here and such, you know, like, automatically, things that others may not and may need to do research on, because, well, we're talking about there, what are we talking about there? So I think I'm well prepped to go in just like that. But yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be very interesting in general. And Vinland Saga, Vinland, in case you didn't know, refers to the place where the Vikings first landed on continental America, which is believed to be Canada. So, you know, it's an interesting story about how Leif Erikson got over there. Yeah, I'm good. Leif Erikson is actually how it's pronounced. Leif Erikson. You got that? Leif Erikson. It's not Leif Erikson or something like that, and it's definitely not gonna be, how are the Japanese going to pronounce this? Reifu Eriksson. Something like that. Oh my. I'm gonna be cringing so much at the pronunciation. I'm gonna be cringing whenever someone pronunciates anything in the Japanese version. I'm gonna be cringing whenever somebody says something in the English dub, if that ever exists. I don't know if it's gonna come. I haven't done that research. I don't know if I'm even gonna be watching it, but if I do, I'm probably gonna be cringing on their pronunciations. And whenever English-speaking YouTubers are going to pronounce their names, I'm gonna be cringing at that too, because it's gonna be horrible. Oh no, I'm gonna be dying slowly inside. My Norwegian pride is just gonna be, oh, no, I'm dying, no! That's gonna be one of the worst and the best parts for me when it comes to watching that show. Just being able to tell everyone, you're wrong, you're pronouncing it wrong! But anyway, that's for when I've watched it and people start discussing. So I'm just gonna leave this video here. Like I said, there will be like an update video later on what exactly is going on, what were my plans, what went wrong, what am I gonna do from now on, what's gonna be happening with the channel and such. And yeah, so that's gonna be that. And until then, remember, I have been Anime Mixer 1, and I approve of this video.